Award winner. He's in the dark. Are you all right? Where are you right now?
Oh, let me turn on a light right now.
Yeah, turn on a light so we can see you, brother. we gotta be able to see that Saladino Award smile, buddy. There we go. Now we're cooking with peanut oil. Look at all the base. There he is. Jordan Yost, everybody. 2025 Saladino Award winner from Sickles High School. I cannot believe how well you played playing for Coach Eric Luksis, the worst coach in Hillsborough. I'm just kidding. Luksis is one of my good pals. Jordan, thanks so much for joining me, man. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course, man. What did that mean? And obviously seeing some of the other guys with SQ and McDonald winning that award. And what was it like to win the award and to meet a good friend of mine as well, Tony Saladino, who's, that dude has seen more baseball than you and I will ever forget.
Yeah, it was great getting to eat dinner with him, accept that award. He had a ton of cool baseball stories that he told us. And obviously just the history of the award. The guys that have won it have gone on to do pretty big things. Especially here in Tampa and then in the big leagues. So, it meant a ton. I had a great night with him, and it was definitely exciting to get that award and spend time with him and our family as well as Coach Luksis.
So you struck out one time this season. What happened in that one at bat?
I chased a curveball in the dirt.
It's always the breaking balls in the dirt. Do you remember who it was against and what pitcher it was against?
Yes, it was against Wharton. Pitcher's name was Daniel Duno.
Yeah, but you're not keeping any tab. That's awesome, man. What was working? And we'll talk about your whole career in a second there with Sickles. But what was working so well for you this year, man? Because a couple of the games that I saw you at, like, my God, it was just you were barreling balls up. You batted .412 this season, 42 hits, 26 RBIs, 4 jacks. You walked 20 times, and again, you only struck out just once. What was working for you at the plate this season?
Yeah, I just always try to be consistent. Put hard contact on the ball. It's kind of been my whole life. I haven't been the biggest person, so I've kind of made an emphasis on making contact and kind of beating balls out. And then as I've gotten older, I've gotten a lot stronger. So some of those balls that are out were over the fence this year and was able to make consistent contact again, which I like a lot. But no, just having the approach of trying to get off for my team in any way possible, not trying to do too much up there. That's been my whole approach my whole life. So just kind of continuing that this year. That's what I did up there the entire year.
Yeah, you had such a fantastic season. Take us through your journey, getting the Sickles there. And what was your first impressions of the program and for Coach Luksis?
Yeah, so my brother actually was deciding where he wanted high school. So there was a few, obviously, options here in the area, and he decided to go with Sickles primarily because of Coach Luksis. Obviously, he didn't know much about him, but they had success in the past, and it was pretty close to our house. So he chose with Sickles, and then I followed in his footsteps, and he instantly told me how well the program's run there, just with practices, the atmosphere, the families. So I was looking forward to it a lot going into my freshman year. And they had pretty good seasons in the past. So my freshman year, we made it to the Final Four, lost in the semifinals. And my sophomore year, that was by far the best team we had. We actually won the state championship. So we went 30-2 that year. And then obviously this year we won a district. We lost in the regional finals. But yeah, just the culture Coach Luksis has built there. We all buy in, whether it's working out in the fall in the off season or preparing for a game with BP on the field, whatever the case is, he gets us ready and prepared. And obviously I like that a lot about him. And my brother being in college, he says he kind of runs the program like a college program. So just knowing that and him having our full trust, and we trust him without a doubt. So he's done a great job. So just going into high school, I was really looking forward to that and definitely didn't let me down.
Yeah, Luxie does such a great job there. And the two things that stood out to me that you just said was practice and families. And a lot of people, their priorities is winning, playing time. What are you going to do for my kid? How much are we going to win? But I think when you're a good ball player and when you've played a lot of ball, you know the difference between a good practice and a bad practice. Right. You know the practices where it's one guy doing something and everybody's just standing around, or a practice where everybody's moving, everybody does something. There's stations, you're hitting, you're fielding, you're doing a little bit of work. And then you mentioned the families, right? if you're not a family, you're not going to win. It's hard enough to win, even if you guys are a family. And also the families involved, because if the families are only out for their own kid, it's not going to work. Everybody's got to, like, there's got to be other parents on the team that pull for you and pull for your teammates. What is that family atmosphere like over there at Sickles? And what about the families in particular over the years? Because if you've played as much ball as you had, like, you get to know the moms and the dads of your teammates and the brothers and sisters.
Right. Yeah. Everyone 100% is pulling for each other over there. I mean, each guy's playing for each other, not only on the field, but like you said, outside with the parents. They're always hanging out together and kind of establishing a bond that lasts the entire season. And within the team, everyone knows their role. Everyone's going for the same goal. And Coach Luksis does a good job of kind of establishing that early in the season. So we kind of know what our end goals will be. And we're all just trying to follow that, whether that's playing first, playing shortstop, hitting leadoff, or kind of being a pinch runner, whatever the case is. Your role. We're all working towards the same goal, which is winning a state championship. But yeah, I mean, the relationship that all of our families have together, it's lasted, I know, for us 6 years, and everyone loves us. We love all their families, and that definitely contributes to the success, whether that's fundraising or physically playing on the field as well.
Yeah, you're right, man. It's just you spend sometimes more time off the field, right? In tournaments and games and traveling and hotels and going out to eat after the games. And there's just so much that goes into it. Baseball is just such a great sport when it comes to that. We see the Florida F behind you, man. Take us through that decision. Were there other schools in contention? Because everybody always loves to see our guys here in Tampa be able to stay in the Sunshine State, and such an incredible program there with Sully. What went into the decision to go to Gainesville?
Yeah, so there were a few other schools I was kind of talking to, but both my parents graduated from the University of Florida, and then my brother's there right now. So kind of going throughout high school, that's the school I wanted to go to. And as soon as they reached out, went to a camp or two, and they offered me, and I accepted right then. So that's always been my dream school. I'm really excited to be there with my brother especially, so should be a good time.
Yeah, that'll be great, man. What about as far as prospects? What are you hearing for the MLB draft? And we know the draft is a lot different, in the past than it is now, because there's only 20 rounds, and high school players, and Tampa is one of those cities where in the country, we have high school pitchers, high school hitters that are selected pretty much in every single Major League Baseball draft. What are they telling you? What is some of the thought processes on where you could go in the draft?
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting with me. Before this year, there was kind of none of that going on.
Mm-hmm.
So been in my mind, but kind of as the fall picked up throughout the winter, and then definitely at the start of the spring, there was a lot more people coming out to watch. So kind of understood this could be a route for me. But I mean, just kind of taking it one day at a time. I know there's been a lot of guys that have gotten drafted, as you said, out of Tampa, but I try not to think about that too much. I don't have much control over it. I just have control of what I do on the field, and just trying to get bigger, faster, stronger. But yeah, just kind of faith is a big thing with us, just kind of trusting God's plan. I mean, if it's my plan to go to the University of Florida, then it is, or if not, then to go play pro baseball right now, then I'll trust that as well. But just taking it one day at a time, not trying to get ahead of myself, just do what I can right now to be a better baseball player. And wherever I go in the future, that's where it'll take me.
Yeah, that's a great answer, man. I mean, you seem like a guy you're a control the controllables kind of guy. You know what I mean? Just focus on the things that you can take care of and let all the other chips fall where they may, and, get with your family, pray on it, and then go from there. What do you like to do outside the baseball? Are you one of those guys that is baseball, baseball, baseball all the time? Like, what do you do when you're not, in the cage, or you're working on, your craft?
Yeah, so I kind of always doing something active, whether that's pickleball, golf, basketball, whatever the case is. But I haven't been the guy to just focus on baseball. I kind of like to enjoy a little bit outside as well, kind of relax. Baseball is a hard enough sport mentally, so kind of taking my mind off that with other things to do definitely helps, especially throughout the course of a season. But I'd say golf right now is probably the biggest thing for me. Trying to get better at that. It's difficult, but
do you golf lefty or righty?
Lefty.
Okay, because the thing is like I know guys that they hit baseball lefty, but they golf righty. And I'm just like, why wouldn't you do the same thing? Because it's I know it's harder to find lefty clubs or whatever, but like there's more people than I care to like realize. I'm like, my God, you hit lefty baseball. Why do you golf righty? So you're straight left on the golf side too.
Lefty, yeah.
So when you get out golfing, is that friends, family? Who are you getting out there on the course with?
Kind of both. Some friends will reach out if they want to play like on a weekend or something. And I play a lot with my grandpa, some with my dad.
Nice.
My brother's not a huge golf guy, so not really with him too much. But yeah, family, friends. It's always a good time anyway.
What's the next couple weeks looking like for you, Jordan?
So I'm going to a few pro workouts with some teams over the next weeks. So then the MLB Combine coming up. I'll be headed to that in Arizona. And then kind of from there, I'm going up to the University of Florida on June 25th. So go for a few weeks. Then the draft is July 13th. So I'll be at Florida from then until July 13th. And then from there, I'll just kind of see what happens, whether I'm at Florida or playing pro baseball. We'll just kind of see what happens.
What would you tell somebody about high school baseball in the Tampa Bay area? I shot it out from the high heavens, even, when I was coaching at Freedom or I was covering a little bit at the radio station. I'm good friends with Jared Guthrie and 813 Preps. I mean, JG just goes above and beyond to make sure you guys are, spotlighted and given all the attention that you deserve. And I've always told people like high school baseball in Tampa is it's a different animal, right? Like you watch guys now in the big leagues and they played at Plant and Alonso and Sickles, right? Like it's crazy. What would you tell somebody that didn't know about high school baseball in the Tampa Bay area?
Yeah, it's crazy competitive. And you kind of see that with going to the States, most of the Tampa teams are really successful there. And whether it's guys in the MLB now or just starting pro ball, like as you said, there's a ton of guys that get drafted from the area every single year. And I think the people around them just make all of us better. Whether that's playing summer tournaments, you kind of see the guys from Tampa usually have success as well and go on to do great things at a big university or playing pro ball, like you said. So, yeah, it's really competitive, and 813 Preps does a great job as well of getting coverage of that so everyone can kind of see what's going on down here.
All right, let's have some fun. You said you golf. If you could play in a foursome with three other people that you've never golfed with before, who would be those three people?
I'd go with Scotty Scheffler, Tiger Woods, myself, and my dad.
All right. Well, you've golfed with your dad before, so you can't add him. You can't add him.
Let's go with, I guess, Rory right now.
You got to bring Rory into the conversation now, right? I mean, it's unbelievable. Do you watch a lot of golf too?
I do. Yeah, I do. I enjoy watching all the tournaments throughout the year. Yeah.
It's amazing. My cousin was there at the Masters when Rory won, and just amazing to be able to see. And you as an athlete, how great is that to be able to watch even a guy at the professional level like achieve a dream? Because you're in a situation right now where your whole life is in front of you now. You did everything right. You are so planted. You're exactly where your feet are. You're a guy that's family driven and faith based, and you're such a great example for people here in the Tampa Bay area. And your whole life is in front of you. But to be able to see people that put their entire life into something like a Rory, and to see him finally achieve the career Grand Slam and be one of only 6 people to do that have walked the planet. Like, it's too wild to say that. Does that give you motivation? Like when you see people achieve their dream and to be able to kind of reach that apex and climb that mountain, is that something that motivates you as an athlete too?
It does, yeah. And I think just kind of seeing the process, like stuff takes time, whether that's with Roy winning the Masters, like completing the Grand Slam, like it took him a while for him to accomplish that. But obviously he was good enough to win it every single year. And I think that applies with me. Like I haven't always been the biggest or the strongest growing up, but then kind of made some leaps the past couple of years, and it's put me in a good spot. But just kind of running your own race, like not listening to the outside people telling you aren't good enough at something, just kind of doing what you need to do to be the best player you can, and you can accomplish good things. But yeah, definitely watching the professional athletes go about their business for sure inspires me.
Jordan Yost, the Saladino Award winner for 2025, Sickles Griffins graduate, now alumni. Wait, how was the All-Star game the other day and graduation? I got to ask you about that before I let you go. How were those two things?
Yeah, it was a busy 24 hours. So All-Star game went well. It was a full day thing, little showcase, and then a game.
Nice.
Saw a lot of good people, good players from Florida there, and then kind of getting back for graduation yesterday. It was at 11:30, so not too early, but that went well. I got to hang out with some family after, so that was really good to spend time with them. But yeah, I mean, it's all fun stuff at the end of the year here, so we'll kind of see what else is next.
That's right, man. Well, make sure every once in a while you kind of just take a look around and take it all in, because now this is when real life starts hitting. Once high school is over, and trust me, all my friends and family, they live 1,200 miles up north in New York, and I don't see as many people as I used to. Your life kind of just speeds up a little bit. So every once in a while, just make sure you take a deep breath when you're here in Tampa and just look around, value those times with your grandfather and your dad and just your entire family, man, because you're about to become a man now, brother, and you're going off into the wilderness. But the one thing I do know is that you're going to be exactly where you need to be, and we will be supporting you from here in the Tampa Bay area. You have a great support system around you. Again, I got such a great relationship with Coach Luksis. I love that guy. But yeah, man, continued success at Florida, Pro Bowl, wherever you decide to go. And congratulations on all that you've achieved. You've made everybody here in the Tampa Bay area proud. Thanks so much for your time today, and we'll talk down the road, man. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your summer.
Sounds good. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You got it.